Well, I've got to be honest, as we return for episode 3, I'm pretty pleased with the start our Fulham side has made. Despite a quiet end to the transfer window and the fact that we've largely played sides expected to be near the bottom of the table, we have managed to produce some important results and get off to a very quick start. The problem is, over the next 3 matches, we face 3 of the regular top 6 from this era of football. And unfortunately, as we play the first 2 on camera today, we might find the going a little trickier in the weeks to come. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 3 of this FM09 retro series with Fulham FC. We are back today after a good start to the season for 2 very tough tests. We face Manchester United at Old Trafford, the Sir Alex Ferguson era, where they've got Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, whoever else you want. They're a top-class side. Then we face Tottenham and Everton over the next week, and even Borough in this save are pretty good as well. So it's going to be a testing few weeks for us, but we have had a good start to the season. As you can see, we're 4th with 10 points after 5 games, and the only team we've lost to, ironically, is one that is rated well in this game, but then got relegated in real life. I'm sure you can guess who that is. We've had a surprising start on the pitch in a few areas because Andy Johnson's picked up an injury. I know, shock and horror. But Bobby Zamora, who I would have transferred if we'd have had him here for a year when we joined the club, has become a bit of a star. And I'm starting to think that this could be a stroke of luck for us because we saw it in the Hamilton save where we had players come in, do really well for a year, and then they were signed on their form. So if we can get Bobby Zamora up to worth 5, 6, 7 million quid, and he can score maybe 10 Premier League goals this year, could make a huge difference to the budget we get next season and give us an opportunity to improve that defence that we need to. If you're looking forward to this one though and seeing how we go, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Let's start by reflecting on the end of the transfer window, which I've got to be honest has been fairly quiet. Not a lot getting done towards the end of the months. You can see the last bit of action was Albin coming in on the 15th of July. So not a great deal in or out of the club. No loan deals late in the window, and we had no budget left to bring anyone in. So when we didn't get those offers for the likes of Murphy, Dempsey, whoever, we weren't able to do any business. But I'm still delighted with the 4 we've got in. I just hope that moving forward, we can maybe add a few defensively, and that's going to be the main target next summer, having dealt with the attack most of this year. Let's go and look at the results with that in mind then and see how the season has started. I do need to very quickly bear in mind and cover all bases here. We are not exciting to watch. We are not a great team going forward. We are very much a mirror image of what Roy Hodgson did here. You saw that ridiculous 1-0 against Chelsea where we were backs to the wall the whole game and then nicked one on the break late on. After that, though, we did manage to get a 1-1 draw away at Sunderland with Moussa Sissoko getting his first for the club in a pretty good performance for us. After that, though, a 4-1 win at Carlisle in the League Cup. 2 for Julian Gray, who came in, was a much rotated side. Sissoko did get one off the bench, though, and Bobby Zamora scored as well. Against Stoke City at home, another late 1-0 win. This time, it was Bobby Zamora again, set up off the bench by Juan Albin, who put in a brilliant performance on the left of midfield. Unfortunately, a narrow defeat at Newcastle, and in gutting circumstances. We were second best throughout, but we equalised with Danny Murphy. We defended and held on well. Then Kevin Nolan scored a winner in the 90th minute. Just really disappointing the manner of it. We bounced back at home to Blackburn note with a 2-1 win. Bobby Zamora and Danny Murphy with the goals there. Murphy getting the winner off the bench. Seems to be a bit of a theme with our players this year. And then against Hull City, a 2-0 win in the League Cup in midweek. And Juan Albin came off the bench to be a superstar. We had the big guns there for a reason. He got both of the goals. Olivier Dacour was back in midfield, played pretty well. He's already pre-agreed to go elsewhere at the end of the season, but really good to have him in the team. He's going to be a crucial part of our plans this season. And otherwise, we put in a decent display and we did okay. So really solid start to the year. Would have been lovely to have a League Cup run, but going away to Chelsea might prove a little bit difficult in the 4th round. However, we have got a little run of friendlier games coming up towards the start of November. You can see the likes of Wigan, Pompey, West Ham, Bolton and Hull both starting to decline a little. But we've got to get through these 3, 4 or 5 fixtures here. It's going to be a very testing period. But we're going to start it today away at Old Trafford. Looking at the team news, Gary Neville is out. I'm not sure that's going to reduce their attacking threat though, with Berbatov, Tevez, Rooney, Giggs, Ronaldo, Parchi Sung, Nani, Scholes, Fletcher, Hargreaves, Carrick. I'll take any of them. Any one of them would improve our team. Who do you want to give us? I don't think we'll get any favours there. Let's go through to our team selection though and see what we're going to pick, because the table is looking pretty good at the minute. And United are technically behind us, albeit they've played 2 games less and they've got a perfect record this year. So as we head through this one, let's look at the team selection, because to go away to Old Trafford, we are going with what I think is our strongest possible team. Now, I've put Danny Murphy in as the number 10 today, partly because there's a couple of players out. My other options were a half-fit Simon Davis, who made his comeback in midweek on the right, with Dempsey in the middle, or to start Sultan Gira, who's been a bit hit and miss this year. The other big change I have made, though, is at right back. I've gone for Frederick Storr over John Pantsil, who is wanted, and maybe it's a bold call, but Pantsil started the season pretty averagely. Frederick Storr has done okay when he's featured, and he's a bit more robust defensively, and I feel like we're just going to need a backs-to-the-wall defence today. So the 11 we've gone for in full is Mark Schwarzer in goal. Andy Johnson still injured, so no place for him in the squad, but a back 4 of Storr, Konchesky, Hangeland and Hughes. Midfield 2 of Sissoko and Skelbred, though Decor is on the bench and fit enough to feature again later, with Dempsey, Albin and Murphy, the 3 behind Bobby Zamora up front. John Fleck is on the bench and will get more football again, but he's just struggling a bit with this top level action at the minute. He's still a very young player. We've got to protect him a touch. So for now, we're going into it like this and hoping we can cause a shock of all shocks at Old Trafford. Well, here's the team today, and it looks like Ferguson's been nice to us. He's left out Scholes and Giggs, and also Berbatov as well. Just a shame that Carrick, Ronaldo, Tevez and Rooney are all still in. Very much a first choice back 4 and goalkeeper, so breaking them down is going to be tricky. Maybe 0-0's the best we can hope for this time. We're going to go through the team talk. We're going to tell the lads they can win. Yep, we both believe that, don't we? And we're also going to change a few tactical things. So a bit like we did against Chelsea, Danny Murphy is not going to make forward runs quite so often. I might let him have long shots because he's pretty good at it. And the same with the through balls as well. I'm also going to then go to the team tactics and just be a little bit more careful. So we can time waste all the time. I've no issue with that whatsoever. We can also reduce our creative freedom a touch, because there is no point us going all out here. It will only make us look silly. I just hope that, like against Chelsea, we can cling on for long enough to frustrate the opposition. If they score early, it's going to be a long afternoon. But where we can frustrate them, you never know. Let's get through to the TV view as Park Ji-sung has got the early corner. Wayne Rooney's in. We managed 2.5 minutes. Not quite what we were aiming for, and this is going to be the difference. We talked about it at home to Chelsea. It's just about clinging on in there. And Chelsea had chances in that game. But here, where we're away from home, it's just not quite the same. We're 1 down. It's going to be a long afternoon. Let's just hope we keep it respectable. Well, it's United on the attack again, unsurprisingly, as Wes Brown throws into Wayne Rooney. Good block by the defender, but Rooney's got it again. It's blocked out to Juan Albin, but look how deep he is. That's our main goal threat behind Bobby Zamora. He just can't get anywhere out of his own defensive third. Park Ji-sung comes through himself though. Konchesky does well. It's away to Juan Albin. Zamora's up with him if he can find the ball. He's trying to do a bit too much there, and that's the problem when you don't get many chances. You're then trying too hard to make the most of the few you do get. As Park's cross is pretty poor, but it'll reach Patrice Evra. Dempsey not able to intercept. And we're yet to have a shot at all, as that one weirdly tipped over from Schwarzer. No really idea what's gone on there. But he's kept it out the net, which is the important thing. Sissoko's got a poor rating. He was deemed at fault for the goal. This one's into Tevez, who's not marked either. Carrick on the edge, well challenged by Danny Murphy. And he goes up towards Zamora, but it's temporary relief only. United are straight back on the attack. Park Ji-sung cutting in from the right. Skelbred's there, but he can't win it. Tevez on the edge, good block. God, this is an absolute bloodbath, isn't it? United probably should be 2 or 3 up already. 4 block shots in 10 minutes. Not a good sign. Park in again, Rooney and Fletcher up. Sissoko does well that time. Ronaldo on the edge with time to turn. Clint Dempsey, no choice but to bring him down. Might get himself a booking, but at the very least, it's a dangerous position as Tevez pulls rank on a free kick. It's dispatched behind for a corner off the wall. I think we're going to see an awful lot of this match, aren't we? Maybe that dreamy start is off now as Park Ji-sung delivers again. Ferdinand's up, Schwartzer's up. It beats them all. Over the crossbar. We survive, but just 1 with 12 gone. Though just 4 minutes later, we're back again. And it's Breda Hangeland doing the defending. We're camped in our own half. Danny Murphy looking for the out ball. Just put a little bit of composure on it. He's the best player technically in the team at that stuff. And I put him in partly for it. And all he's doing is punting it back to them. You can look up, find Zamora, find the wide men. As Parchy's son's been found by Ferdinand, a bit like that. Konchesky's beaten to it. Chance to cross, but he recovers well. Fair play to the left back. Another corner to defend. And this is where a lot of the United threat has come. They've got quality in the box, haven't they? As Park delivers. Ferdinand's up, so is Sissoko. Does well again this time. Carrick to Ronaldo. Hangeland closing down. It falls for Darren Fletcher. He has a pop. Comfortably over. There's no chance in hell we're getting something out of this game. We've just got to take our punishment. So we are at the other end, albeit with the United throw. It's Brown to Carrick, who can look forward. It's back to Edwin van der Sar, though. No pressure on it. We've not got enough forward. The only way we score is a miracle mistake. Oh, that's a great switch of play to Ronaldo. It's a big ask for Frederick Storr, and he's beaten with ease. Ronaldo into the box. Storr can't get there. And Fletcher's head up towards the bottom corner. And Mark Schwarzer makes the save. He's back with a free kick a few minutes later as well. Downfield towards Vidic, who will deal with it. Or will he? He lets it through to Van der Sar. I guess you can when there's no pressure on you. Keeper's got time at the back. A quarter of the game gone. Manchester United running riot as Ronaldo finds Tevez. Storr gets in well. Back to Schwarzer. But again, it's the hit and hope. And Wes Brown will be beating Albin in the air every day of the week. Mark Son back to Carrick. Into Fletcher. Through to Ronaldo. Should be two. It's a brilliant save, Schwarzer. This is where the experienced keeper will earn his wages. Ever into Rooney. And that should have gone in. Happily, he puts it wide of the post. And we still survive at one. Albeit just about. Not even 2 minutes between the highlights now. Another corner. Hughes heads it away. Only as far as Fletcher and Carrick. Blocked out to Park on the right again. United have had 12 shots in 24 minutes. They're averaging a shot every 2 minutes. And now they've got a penalty as well. Breda Hangeland feels it was harsh. But unfortunately, Wayne Rooney's won the pen. And Ronaldo will step up to make it two. Mark Schwarzer, you have a chance to be an absolute legend here. Ronaldo versus Schwarzer. Scores. 2-0, game over. I think we knew that a few minutes ago, though. I might even at half-time take Murphy off, go for a holding midfielder, put on Decor for an extra 15 minutes, and then maybe just change the striker, go for a whip it like Fleck in behind, because this ain't working. Whatever we're doing, we're under the cosh, and we're not dealing with the pressure. And we're going straight from the kickoff, which scares me greatly. As Hangeland goes wide to Konchesky, into Skelbred. Can we just get our foot on the ball? Hangeland's dallied. He lost it to Rooney again. You can't legislate for that. I don't care what the difference between the teams is. That's diabolical. It's into the back post. Skelbred will clear. But a 5-yard pass, anyone can do that. He wasn't under that much pressure, but he just dallied. Is the mistake going to make Hangeland fall apart? As Wes Brown cuts inside. Murphy can't get there. Switched out to Evra on the left. God, I'm already bored of talking about these United players. Ronaldo puts it over. Rooney, Ronaldo terrorising us. And we're lucky to get the half an hour at 2, to be honest. Let's see out the goal kick from Schwartz along downfield. Tempted by a very early change, but I'm not going to. It won't make much of a difference. Rooney v Schwartz are on a long chase. It's out towards Albin, but Wes Brown yet again will win it. Hangeland up, doesn't even challenge Rooney. What is Breda Hangeland playing at today? Konchesky does well against Park, and now Albin. Please turn and counter. Skelbred's got Zamora on the run. Murphy in the middle. Finds Zamora. Option wide. Albin's there. Just play him. He does. Now can we counter? Albin v Brown. Skelbred picks it up on a loose ball. Murphy's got a man right. Dempsey's the ball. Dempsey's in to shoot. Clint Dempsey, great save. And Van der Sar, the former Fulham keeper, saves the day against Clint Dempsey. It was a good counter-attack, though. And we create our first chance of the game, and it's a big one. Patrice Evra fouls Dempsey again. That was an opportunity to get one back. We're 10 to the break. We wouldn't have deserved it. Would have been nice regardless, though, as Evra beats Dempsey to the ball this time. Ronaldo up towards Tevez. Has Rooney in support, but goes back to Carrick and Fletcher. Space to run into. Rooney's the ball. Turns Hangeland like he's not even there. Breda Hangeland, I kid you not, is having an absolute nightmare against Rooney. It's a disaster class at the minute. We've just got to get to half-time. I've not really got a centre-half I can bring on there. Only Chris Baird is the option. But I'm going to make the change tactically. I'm going to say we've not been good enough. It's frustrating, but we're against one of the best teams in the world. We're going to go for Murphy off, replaced by Olivier Decor. He's going to go in there. Sissoko will drop into the holding role. And then in that position, he's definitely not going to have that mentality, is he? He's not going to have that freedom. And we're not going to play the long balls or the through balls too often. We're just going to keep him in that shape and hopefully protect against those balls through to Rooney. The other thing I do want to do is take off Bobby Zamora for Fleck, because while we're not going to win this game, we might as well get the 17-year-old half a match at Old Trafford. It will help his development no ends. And it still leaves us one sub in case of injury. Well, Wes Brown with a throw on the right-hand side. 2 gone in the second half. Carrick up to Ronaldo, who's time to turn. Finds Tevez. 4 in the middle if he can find them. Skelbred's beaten. It's a good save. Sissoko away as far as John Fleck. Up against Vidic, who drops off him. That's a nice thing for us to see. And Fleck looks for Albin. Doesn't quite come off. But he's trying to play the right ball. The through ball out wide. And that's what we want to see. As Tevez picks it up out wide again. Drifts to the right. Gets the cross. But it's blocked by Skelbred for a throw-in. Manchester United 1 off 20 shots. And we're 2-0 down and struggling. As Skelbred. Rare attack for Fulham here. Dempsey's got support. Cuts in from Evra. Goes for the shot. Just over. But nice to see regardless. We're creating a couple of chances now. Well, 5 more past as Konchesky to Fleck on the left. We are creating a bit more. Look a little more physical going forward as Decor has space to run into. Might have a go here. Olivier Decor not far away. It's a decent effort, that. And we do look better in this shape. Maybe against the top sides. That's something we can consider now. Particularly having Decor and Sissoko. As Skelbred clears the ball downfield. John Fleck, again, doing more than Zamora to try and win the ball. But Rio Ferdinand mops up. As Park Ji-sung gets down the right to Rooney. Who's drifted wide again. Finds Michael Carrick. There's a man over in the middle. He goes for the shot. It's high and ugly. We'll deal with that. An hour gone. 2-0. I've been far more impressed with our second half. Let's make our final sub. I think we're going to go for Skelbred. Although I don't really have an option in there. So I might just do the simple change at right back. Frederick Storr struggled. We'll bring on Pantsil. And see how he does against Ronaldo. As Berbatov's on the attack. Schwarzer gets there. Clears long. What we do to have Berbatov back at Fulham, eh? As Fletcher gets the ball in the middle to Rooney. Big switch of play towards Park Ji-sung. Into the box he goes. There's Rooney in the middle. Storr gets there, but it's only as far as Carrick. The Cornicks are foot in. Brilliant stuff. John O'Shea's on the right-hand side. And he plays down the line to Park Ji-sung. Konchesky closes him down, but he's beaten so easily. It's brilliant defending again, though. Gets back at him. Then gives away the foul. The final change will be made. Just 20 more to endure, because we are enduring. We're not doing anything special. Well, a few minutes later, it's Mark Schwarzer on goal kick duty up towards Fleck, who's not going to win it in fairness. Sissoko does get the second ball though, and Hangeland looks for Fleck. Might be onside. Gets there one-on-one. Good save by Van der Sar. 2 great chances in this game now. We've wasted both of them. And while United have created bucket loads, we should have scored 2 goals. On another day, we could have nicked a draw out of it. Well, into 3 minutes of stoppage time, Wayne Rooney's just had a yellow card for what was described as a 2-footed tackle. And Hughes is getting the same for a trip here. So fairness from Stuart Atwell there, not helping this Luton fan. But we are into the final minute of stoppage time. Can we avoid a third? Because look, 2-0 away to United, the holding European champions at the moment, would be a decent result, I think. The squad they've got is remarkable. And we're clinging on. Defensively, we've not got enough, as Ronaldo's picked up a knock, but he's still got enough to beat Konchesky. Gets to the byline, delivers towards Rooney. Pantsil does well. The core against Carrick, the 2 number 16s. It's away as far as O'Shea. Out to Ronaldo, 10 seconds to go. Last chance to shoot. And he puts it over. It's going to be a 2-0 defeat for Fulham. And if this is a sign of things to come, it's going to be a tough few weeks. Albeit, none of the other sides will be as good as this. Tottenham are still a top 6 side. It's going to be a real challenge for us. The lads have done okay. They fought hard. And the second half worked much better. It's a lesson for me tactically when we play against those sides moving forward. But for now, it is our second defeat of the league season. And we've got to bounce back because Tottenham is the next game. United just coasted past us. And we've got, 8 days to recover now for the last game before the October break. Well, it's match day in the Premier League, and it's mixed news for us actually, because on the injury front, there's 1 in and 1 out, which could be positive for us, but also limits us tactically. And we've also got the positive news that Tottenham played on Thursday night in Europe, but they were virtually through already and rested a few of the stars. So let's see what we can put together today, because as you can see, Olivier Decor is out for a week with another injury. Andy Johnson, though, is back and fit enough for the bench. Dixon are two who will come into the squad as well. And Simon Davis, we played him in the reserves to build him up again. So he's not quite ready. So he'll go off the bench for Andy Johnson. I think the 11 generally will stay the same, though I am going to bring John Pansilt back in at right back. Going to leave the midfield 2. Think I'm going to leave the attacking 3. Or do I go Gira in for Murphy? Murphy scored a couple, but I'm going to go Zoltan Gira. We'll put Dempsey back in the middle. Maybe even leave Gira in there. It's a bit more of a technical player, isn't he? So let's do that. Gira's in for Danny Murphy. Pansilt is in for Storr. And Andy Johnson is back on the bench. Let's see how it works out for us against Tottenham Hotspur, a side that have played on Thursday in Europe. Let's hope they have a bit of a hangover. Well, it's still a pretty strong squad, isn't it? Gareth Bale comes in at left back. Modric is playing on the left of a midfield 4. And there are a few interesting names in there. Keane and Defoe partnered together up front. So let's see what we can do. We're going to tell the boys they can win the game. We're not going more defensive for this one. It's a very good Tottenham team, but I'll trust our lads to do something. Into the first half we go. Bobby, I need you to deliver up front here against your former club. Show them what they're missing. As Clint Dempsey's picked up an injury already. Gareth Bale, the man wiping people out early doors. We might have to keep an eye on that. And maybe Murphy or Fleck will be forced on as Palacios picks the ball up. Skelbred gets in. Good block. Out to Modric. Pansil wins it. And he's long towards Zamora. But Ledley King should deal with that in his sleep. Doesn't though. In the end, he's forced in a hurried ball back to the keeper. As Aurelio Gomez will look for the ball out. Big ball downfield towards David Bentley. Konchesky drops off for some unknown reason. King challenged by Sissoko, who does well. And now Albin can break. Can we see from him what we have in a couple of those games against weaker opposition? Flies down the left unopposed. Beats Chorluka. Gets to the byline. Deliver. Albin crosses. Gira's up. Heads it towards goal. And it's well saved by Gomez. Brilliant play from Albin. We're just starting to see those signs as Schwarzer goes for the big kick downfield. Skelbred up, but Ledley King not losing that as Keane finds Defoe. Beats his man with ease, but Hangeland gets back in. Could do with a better game from him today. Bentley on the right-hand side. Beats Konchesky. Delivers early. It's a great ball. And Modric is in at the back stick. I mean, it's a wonderful cross. It's a very good finish. And in a game where we've played a lot better, we find ourselves behind with a quarter gone. We're just over half an hour on the clock, and it's another set piece for Tottenham. Bentley's free kick blocked by Konchesky is out for a corner, but we're really struggling to deal with his delivery. This probably was the year or two where he was in great form at Tottenham and Blackburn. As Bentley delivers the cross, Keane's up, but so's Mark Schwarzer. Unopposed there, thankfully. And now we've got a chance to break, but he's taking it slow. And Bobby Zamora just standing 10 yards offside for some reason, as Albin can't win the header. It's now to Robbie Keane and Defoe. Beats his man, goes for the early shot. Schwarzer's dealt with that. Hangeland again is the man struggling. Zamora up front, really having a tough time. Andy Johnson will hopefully come back in style off the bench. As Defoe picks it up, finds Palacios. Spurs are starting to get on top since the goal. Robbie Keane gets in. Good save again. Starting to struggle here, aren't we? Dempsey will come off at the break. Probably Zamora as well. We've got to find a way to get through this. As Bentley puts the ball in. Sissoko's up, loses out. It's away for a goal kick. We started so brightly in this game. But since the goal, again, confidence has become an issue. It's why I said we've got to be cautious with the positive start. Because we hadn't played a lot of the great sides. Yes, the Chelsea result was a one-off. But otherwise, this is going to be difficult. Let's go through to the tactics. Dempsey off for Danny Murphy. We'll switch in with Gira. And we'll have to put Murphy in as that sort of midfielder who can create. And maybe put those through balls in. And Zamora's going to come off for Andy Johnson, who really hope has got 45 minutes in the tank. Can he find that moment on the break, as he did to such effect against Chelsea? It was Gira who set it up that time as well. So hopefully he can do it here. Into the second half we go. Please let Tottenham get worse. Well, we're going straight from the kickoff, which is alarming. I was hoping we could hold on for a bit. And then maybe their midweek excerpts would possibly help us out, give us the physical advantage as Andy Johnson loses it. But Skelbred finds Sissoko. Chance to carry forward, finds Danny Murphy. Has Albin out wide and delivers it to him. Albin takes on Chorluka, beats him again to the byline. Juan Albin, great run, good save. Aurelio Gomez to the rescue for Spurs. But really good football that, as Skelbred wins it off Jermaine Genus, finds Murphy. Out to Albin on the left-hand side. Gets towards the byline. Beats Chorluka and again delivers a good cross. Gira's up there and he heads it over the bar. That's the out ball, isn't it? Juan Albin is the man causing trouble. With 5 gone in the second half, he's created 2 chances already. As Aurelio Gomez goes long, Hangeland v Keane should be a no contest. Doesn't get it that far clear though. And Defoe able to beat Aaron Hughes. Almost scores a screamer. Well, an hour on the clock and it's John Pansel with a throw in an attacking position. Can we nick a point? Bentley goes up against Konchesky, falls for Skelbred. Danny Murphy has to score. Saved by Gomez again. The goalkeeper who used to have 2 great games and then an awful one. And unfortunately, he's picked today for a great game. As Albin gets down the left, he's got the better of Chorluka here. Delivers another decent ball. Woodgate beats Murphy to it and Hangeland goes as far as Gira. Support on the right-hand side for Gira, but falls Johnson. Brilliant ball. Brilliant from Gira. Wonderful little disguise pass. It's exactly the same combination that got us the goal against Chelsea. And those two combine in style. Boy, have we missed Andy Johnson. What a goal. What a result that is. Now, can we go and get the winner? We're going straight from the kickoff. Albin's causing trouble in this second half. We didn't expect that threat from the other side. Things are looking good as Palacios switches it to Bentley. Alternatively, we could concede from the kickoff. Konchesky holds him up, but it's straight to Defoe. Beats Hangeland. Good save. Hughes beats Keane to the rebound. We survived that one, but not the best start from the kickoff. Ledley King hoofs down the line. Defoe will pressurise Konchesky, and he'll win it as well, but it's out for a goal kick. And we are back at 1-1. We can breathe for a minute now. Well, 20 to go. I've got to say, Aaron Hughes is really struggling at the back as Bentley delivers a free kick just wide. I'm going to take the gamble of changing the back 4. Chris Baird will come on. He's a little bit quicker. Not a great deal, but a little bit. And hopefully he'll produce a better performance. We're doing okay though. I'd love a point out of this game. I'd have definitely taken a point from either of the matches at the start of the episode. 10 to go. We're holding on for now. There are fresh legs coming on. And Pavlyuchenko adding more attacking threat. As David Bentley delivers the cross. Defoe beats Sissoko. That is a worry. The Schwartz are able to deal with it. And we got a free kick. Woodgate committing the foul. And will he get a booking? Yes, he does. That's some pressure for the end of the game. Andy Johnson making a difference up there. The defence don't like his pace. Well, in quick succession, Ledley King picks up a yellow as well as we move into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Long throw towards Andy Johnson, who's not going to win that in the air. And Huddleston, the sub, clears. Hangeland does well. Knocks it down for Sissoko and Skelbred. We're finishing the stronger here. It's sort of as we predicted with the Thursday night football. We look physically better towards the end. As Skelbred over the top to Albin. He's just off, I think. It's a lovely idea. The new players starting to combine nicely. Unfortunately, the run was just too early. We have had more of the clear-cut chances in this game, despite having less of it overall. But John Pansel almost loses it in a very dangerous position. Gira finds Murphy. Johnson's into support. Johnson again with a shot that's blocked. That combo's working out. It's out for a throw on the right, and we're finishing very strong. There's 1 more minute. Could we nick one? This is when we lost it against Newcastle. Can we win it against Spurs? Gira on the edge of the box. Into Danny Murphy. Good challenge from Ledley King. John Pansel's overcommitted here. Bale will clear downfield. They've left 4 up Spurs. Bentley's one of them. And Baird's dropped off. Had to win it and didn't. Campbell's in. Hangeland chasing. Campbell across the box is well over here. And we have got away with one there. Either of those balls on target. And it could have been 2-1. As it is, we're going to pick up a point. It's another good one in our battle to have a stable season. And Mark Schwarzer took his time before clearing long. Johnson wins the flick and the foul from Chorluka. Do we get one more chance to chuck it in the box? Murphy to Albin, who's beaten his man. Woodgate's beaten. Albin can cross. There's 3 in there. Albin. Good save, Gomez again. Skelbred gets there first. Sissoko on the chance. In towards Albin. And the final whistle goes. Brilliant second half display. Really good performance overall, actually. I'm going to say I'm pretty happy with that performance. And we do pick up another point. A very important one as we look to stay away from that relegation threat at the bottom. We're in 7th, but we've got 3 or 4 more tough games to come. Are we going to be able to stay away from there? You can see the top 6 are basically starting their own table now. Spurs with a game in hand might make it 7. Then it's a battle of who's best of the rest. And at the moment, probably not going to be us. Let's go and have a look at when we're going to next be back because there are lots of good games coming up. Part of me wants to show the Chelsea Cup tie, but I think we go out there in truth. So we will return for 2 of these 3 games. City, Arsenal, Liverpool. The first season's going to be a stabilising one. We'll try and pick up a few points. If it starts to look disastrous, I'll come back a bit earlier because Hull might then be a bigger match. But otherwise, we'll show us against the big guns. We'll try and play a slightly different tactic and see how it works out this time. If you did enjoy this one though, a very decent point against Spurs after being played off the park by United, and please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know down in the comments where you think we're going to finish this year, and should I just bite the bullet and go 4-3-3 defensive when we're playing against the top sides away from home. We'll be back next time to face two more of the big boys to see if we cope any better.